Welcome to the latest episode of the M6P show with your hosts, Jared, Darrin, Rick, and Jonathan. We're here tonight. We're going to be talking about Loki. We're doing some Marvel trivia. But first, let's make sure that you know who we all are. You know me. I'm here every time. You know Darrin. He's here every time. But what about Rick and Jonathan? Rick, who are you? How do you know us?
I'm just some stranger in this loop. I don't know how I got here. I think I'm a variant. I don't know. Long-time collector, long-time reader, fan of the Marvelous Box, fan of the M6P. Just here for the show.
Awesome.
Let's get it going.
Awesome, Rick. Yeah, Rick was one of our first guests on our very first episode, so that was exciting. And then Jonathan, this is your first show with us. Tell us a little bit about how you got involved with us.
Yeah, so I was telling these guys earlier that Andy and I actually used to do a podcast together way back in 2012, back in the iTunes days. And, it didn't last very long. We would always just do the podcast after work. But we did like 7 or 8 episodes, give or take. And that's when he told me about your obsession with Storm and Tina Turner. But Andy's a really great guy, man. I can't speak highly enough about that dude. He's a really good dude. But yeah, I'm just kind of been a fan of 616. Kind of Andy introduced me to the Facebook page. And I've been following you guys for a minute on Facebook, probably since maybe 2014. I don't know when you guys started it, but yeah, it's been a while, but I'm excited to be a part of this.
Dude, we're excited to have you. Thank you so much. In case you don't know who Andy is the original co-creator of the whole M6P, along with myself. And then we brought Darrin along. We said, come on, man, whether you want to come or not, you're with us. But Andy is currently in Africa as a missionary, so he hasn't been able to be on our show, but we'll get him one of these days. We're going to get him one of these days. So big props to Andy. I'm glad that he was able to introduce you, Jonathan. We're glad to have you here for this first show. Like I said, we're going to be talking about Loki, but first we got to get all that sponsor stuff out of the way. We couldn't do this show without our great sponsors. DCBService.com for all of your discount comic book needs, single issues, trades. They've got statues. They've got all kinds of fun stuff, up to 50% off. DCBService.com. Check us out at themarvelousbox.com. You can get, like Rick had given us a plug today. You can check out themarvelousbox.com for over $100 worth of Marvel graphic novels shipped right to your front door on a quarterly basis. It's a great deal. It's a great deal. I took a ton of boxes to the post office today. Rick, yours was one of them. So in a couple days, you have some good trades. And Rick told me some stuff that he didn't want in his box, so I made sure he didn't get it. And he got some good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, please stop sending me Squirrel Girl.
Oh, you're killing it. I've never sent anyone Squirrel Girl.
No, he's not. I'm just joking.
But then
that should be the main brand. That should be the main branding for the Marvelous Box. We will never send you a Squirrel Girl.
I like that. And also check out Darrin. He's got a great YouTube page called 5 O'Clock Collectibles. It's a lot of fun. And then also our YouTube page, the M6P. Check us out, but subscribe. More importantly, we've got 20,000 views, which isn't a lot to many, but to us, it's great. And we're hoping to hit that 1,000 mark of subscribers soon. So like us, subscribe. Darrin, take it away.
Oh, wow. So it's kind of different to come in to one of these shows like this, because we're already 4 episodes deep into Loki. And there's a lot to cover, but we've got to condense it, obviously. For myself, out of all 3 Disney Plus shows, this is number 2, WandaVision being number 1, and then The Falcon and the Winter Soldier number 3, which I like them all, but that's just my order. And Loki could potentially surpass WandaVision based on how the remaining episodes go. I really like the style of it. Another thing I really enjoyed, because I really wasn't a big fan of Owen Wilson before all this, but I thought he's been great as Mobius. I thought he's really been a huge part of that show, and I've really enjoyed his character, which makes tonight, or I just watched it tonight, but the episode 4 even harder. So I just want to get some thoughts from you guys, what you think of it so far. I just kind of threw what I think in a very broad terms, but again, we have to condense this. So yeah, Rick, what do you think?
There's a lot going on, and it's a lot of like one move here, one move there. A lot of people ask me like, "Oh, what's going on with this? What's going on with this?" Like, I guess you got to kind of sit back and watch because they go all over the place with it. Like, you don't know which way they're going with it. At first, it felt like kind of like a cop mystery or something like that at the beginning, and then all of a sudden it was like, next thing you know, you're adding the Enchantress or Selvi or however, whatever you want to label her as, and then, man, today's episode was just dynamite.
Oh yeah, I agree with that too. Today's episode was the best out of all four so far. Jonathan.
Yeah, guys, I wish I could say more positive things about this Loki show. As of right now, it's to me, it almost has Walking Dead syndrome. What I mean by that is it's almost like they keep building and then building. Oh, but wait till next week. Oh, wait till next week. It's going to be even better. Like, it's almost like, for instance, a couple episodes back, they teased us with the multiverse thing being a big deal. Like, oh crap, all these branches are going off, and it's going to be chaos in the next episode. But then nothing happened. It was almost like they solved it off screen, right? Like that didn't make a whole lot of sense to me that they didn't even touch that. Like that was like the reset devices that she had like set up, right? That they were all dropping to different time zones or areas or whatever, So I thought there was going to be real like ramifications from that. And we really didn't see anything. I guess they, like I said, they solved that off screen, but that was kind of strange to me. I don't know, like WandaVision started off extremely slow for me. And then over the course, each episode, it was like, wow, I can't believe, Ralph Boner's there. And, we had some different stuff happen with that, but WandaVision grew on me a lot. The finale left some to be desired, but overall, I enjoyed WandaVision a lot. I think that Falcon and the Winter Soldier so far, at least, has been my favorite. There's been some exciting things that happened with the post-credit sequence with this most recent episode, with all the different Lokis. So maybe they're going to stop teasing us and finally give us some type of conclusion or payoff. But so far I've been, and maybe my expectations are too high, but that's kind of how I feel about it right now. I'm just not like super impressed. I'm still like, paying attention and, excited for the next week, but I'm not at a point where I can say that I just love this show, I guess.
Fair enough.
That's where I'm at.
All right, Mr. Mayo.
No, and I definitely appreciate Jonathan's perspective, because you never want to have like a show where everybody all agrees. All four of us are like, oh my gosh, this last episode was the best thing, since Endgame, So it's really good to have like those different views. I mean, they can be wrong, but it's good to have those different views. No, I'm just messing with you, man. No, you bring up some really interesting perspective that I kind of hadn't looked at it. I haven't looked at it from that perspective. But I will say, I do agree with you. So for me, episode 1 kind of set the table. I was like, okay, good. Table set. I'm hungry. Let's go. Table 2, just one table. Episode 2, it's like, where are we going with this? Episode 3, I was really bored with. Nothing really happened. They have this whole part where they're just walking on the moon, and then they find this lady and she shoots them with a gun and she says, hey, go to the train station. Like 20 minutes for that was just a waste of time. There's no reason to kind of fill 6 episodes just because you have 6 episodes. If you only have 4.5 episodes worth of content, do 4 episodes and some great after credit scenes. So I'm definitely with you there that there is a lot of filler in many ways.
Yeah, it's almost like, this is the first time I've seen a Marvel show where I feel like I have the feeling that this is a lower budget version of the films. It's the first time I've gotten that feeling kind of start to creep in, especially like you're talking about with that last episode. WandaVision, it was so different and unique that I never got that vibe, because that's kind of my expectations maybe going into it. And Falcon and the Winter Soldier started off like a cinematic blockbuster. I mean, they were jumping out of the helicopter, and I was like, dang, this is movie quality. But now, I don't know, maybe because it's so slow that that thought is starting to creep into my brain a little bit. Like, this almost feels like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in a way. I don't want to talk that badly about it. It's slowly approaching that territory.
I kind of feel like it's Loki's like slow burn, like there's gonna be that payoff, but he's making you really want it. I agree with you. I mean, it is different than the other two series. Winter Soldier and Falcon was my favorite because it was just gangbusters all the way through, just action, the good cop, bad cop, kind of like back and forth with them two going at each other, and then that underlining other character build up. But this one does have like a slow burn. Am I the only one who waits at the end of every episode? Like, where's Kang? Like, we're dealing with time travel and stuff. Where is Kang the Conqueror? That's just me. Where is he? Show him.
He might still be there.
Yeah, I hope.
Yeah.
But no, Jonathan, to your point, one thing that I thought was interesting in what you said about the multiverse and how they lead it up to, like, they cause this huge calamity by setting off those reset boxes and whatnot. And yeah, it kind of disappeared this week. I didn't think about that until you mentioned it, but at the same time, maybe it's still going on. But I feel like yeah, I don't know.
In the future, I hope we do. I hope, like, in my brain, when I saw that happen, like, I think that was the end of episode 2. I was like, okay, this is the introduction for us as an audience to the multiverse.
Yeah, exactly.
How, we go into that doorway, but I don't know. We'll see.
Well, I mean, we have all these Lokis, so we know like something's up, And did Mobius really die? Because when Loki got hit with the stick, he went to a world full of an alligator Loki and an old school Loki. So, is Mobius dead, or is he in a world of other Mobiuses with water jet skis?
I think everybody who's been pruned, at least at a certain point, are being saved by that group of Lokis, the Loki Avengers. That's what we'll call them.
Owen Wilson's going to go into an alternate reality where he meets himself from The Wedding Crashers, and he meets himself from Starsky and Hutch, and all these different Owen Wilson movies.
I just hope they end the whole series with Mobius on a jet ski, happy, sailing into whatever body of water he's in. I don't know.
That'd be nice.
With the Loki horns.
Right.
So
how did I become Loki?
So back to the end credit scene, like, and I don't know a lot about all the various Lokis out there, but wasn't like there a frog Loki in the comics, and now there's an alligator one? Did I see that right? Or
that was Thor.
Oh, that was Thor. He was a frog.
All right. So there's an alligator Loki.
Right. So are there like animals? So are we going to see Throg, which is the Thor version frog? Like, because we see an alligator Loki, so do we get to see like a little frog with a little Mjolnir and a red cape or something?
Yeah, it's like Into the Spider-Verse kind of deal.
Yeah.
That's like, I thought that was laying the groundwork for leading into the Spider-Verse, Doctor Strange and the Multitude of Madness, or the Multiverse of Madness. But I don't know.
Yeah, I remember thinking that in WandaVision, like every episode, I'm like, all right, this is the one. We're going to the multiverse. It's going to happen, and Mephisto's going to come, and there's going to be a multiverse. All 9 episodes, I'm like, it's coming, and then it never showed up.
Yep.
Or do you think that the TVA is in the quantum universe where Ant-Man's, or the Wasp, the original Wasp, went to? Because she said time moved differently there too. If you look at the background when they show the city, it kind of looks like the background when they did show it in Ant-Man and Wasp.
That could. I've read a lot of theories about that, Rick, actually saying it might be the quantum realm they're in. But other than that, I mean, I don't know. Like, I definitely read that, and it seems plausible, but who knows with Marvel?
Yeah.
And I was really excited to see Sif, even though it was like a throwaway appearance. It was great to just see her,
Yeah. I'm all about
total
stuff like
throwaway
that.
appearance.
Anytime you can make, or see cameos from the movie universes, it makes it feel like a bigger deal,
Right.
So I'm all for that stuff.
Now, when Chris Hemsworth shows up, then I'm gonna know it's super legit. But I'll take Sif for now, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like, so I guess rank them. You know, so Rick and Jonathan, you guys have like Cap and Falcon and Winter Soldier as your number ones. Then where would you go after that?
I think I would go. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, yeah, I think as of now, WandaVision to me is still a strong second place. Loki hasn't really done anything that's impressed me yet. You know, when I talk about Falcon and the Winter Soldier, like there was a lot of buildup and a lot of payoff. You know, at the end of that one episode, we saw the Dormalaji pop up, or Dormalage, however you pronounce that. And what did we get in the second episode? We got the Dormalage, right? And you know, the whole end of the episode where he cracked that dude's skull with the shield, and you're like, oh snap, what's gonna happen now? And there was repercussions for that in the following episode. That's what I really liked about Falcon and the Winter Soldier. There was a lot of real like heavy stuff going on there, and there was, you know, repercussions for that stuff. WandaVision, you know, the first two episodes, man, I was just like, I was thinking to myself, I knew it was going to be different going into it, but dang, this is really slow. But then you start to see the other things trickle in, like you saw the helicopter crash land, and it was like the toy helicopter. It was in color, and that was your first thing that kind of made you go, okay, maybe they're doing something here. And then Darcy and what's his name, the FBI agent.
Woo.
Jim Woo. Yeah, they popped up, and I was like, okay, it's starting to get a little more exciting. And then I guess you could call it the origins of Photon, and it's really exciting for me that not just Captain Marvel, but Photon and Ms. Marvel are going to be involved in that sequel in the movie universe. I think that makes it a lot more exciting. I personally did not like Captain Marvel the movie. I thought it was very mediocre, but maybe that's just what it needs to kind of give it that little extra spice, you know, like throw some Photon in there, throw some Ms. Marvel in there. Maybe we can, you know, just a little bit of that.
That's why they changed the name. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm just going to say that's kind of where my rankings are at now.
Okay. Well, that's why they changed the name of Captain Marvel to the Marvels, or what's it called now? Yeah. They can't rely on calling it Captain Marvel anymore from a box office standpoint. So
it also doesn't help that actress is so conceited and cocky, Brie Larson, right?
I mean, I didn't want to say it first, but thank you.
Man, like already day one on the in-game press tour and whatnot, she was acting like she was the main event, you know. And there's been other people that have stepped into iconic roles like she has, and she knows like that's a very iconic female role for an actress right now. Did you see Gal Gadot have an attitude like that when she stepped into the biggest shoes ever when it comes to female, you know, superhero? No, she's still humble and likable, and I don't know, I just not a big fan. That doesn't help.
Rick, what about you, man? How do you rank your shows?
Well, like I said, Falcon and Winter Soldier I really dug that. I loved all the symbolism of everybody touching that shield. Like even like when he said the Dormalaji fighting with them, and she threw that spear down and caught the shield. Like, no, I could take this if I want from you. That was like, oh my god, like holy crap, what is going on here? You know. But yeah, that's definitely number one. I liked WandaVision. It was a different feel. It was kind of like odd, like where are we going to with this one? But I think being a Thor and Loki fan, I think Loki gets a little bit more of a pass for me because I think that this is going to have a bigger ending than WandaVision did for me. So they're kind of like neck and neck right now after this last episode. I mean, when I said the timekeeper's head fall down and it was a robot like Chuck E. Cheese band or something, I was like, oh, this is gonna be good. Who's behind the curtain, you know? Where is Bruce King? But yeah, so they're kind of like neck and neck for me right now.
I love the Showbiz Pizza reference, man. That's awesome. That's great. What about you, Darrin? What do you think, man?
Well, I already mentioned it. So Captain America, or sorry, yeah, that show. It's the least of my favorites. And I still liked it a lot, but that actually reminded me more of episodic television than any of the other ones. I think the reason that Loki and WandaVision stand out for me more so than that one, and I'll agree with you, Jonathan, it was very cinematic, Falcon and Winter Soldier, like the opening scene and even the last episode and that whole final bout and everything. But the rest of the episodes seemed very episodic, and I didn't like the whole, there was some unnecessary storylines, I think, you know, Carly Morgenthal's character, it's like, well, why is she even really the Flag Smashers and all that? Why is this necessary? But for WandaVision and Loki are just so unique and different from everything else in the MCU that I have to put them ahead of that series. Again, WandaVision, I agree, it kind of had things start trickling in, but that's kind of the way they built that up really worked out well. At first, I didn't know what to think of Loki after the first 2 episodes. I thought I was watching like a Marvel like cop mystery show or something like that. But then it slowly got a little bit more of action. I agree with Jared. Episode 3 was just, I did not enjoy it very much. I understand there was some elements that will further the storyline that were needed. That's fine. But yeah, episode 4, I just thought it really tied a lot of stuff together and then even opened up some new doors. Like I have no clue what's going to happen at this point. And we haven't really mentioned anything about this, so I'll kind of use this as a prelude into the next topic of conversation. Sylvie, what do you guys think?
Well, I love, in the comics, I love Lady Loki when she was in Sif's body in the comic books after Ragnarok happened and Thor was out in Oklahoma. Like, I really loved that version. And I've always loved Enchantress. Just the 7-foot Amazonian woman, and she can take on Thor without like breaking a sweat. She just kind of has like this Emma Frost quality about her. Sylvie does not. She's not really capturing either of those enchantresses for me. Now, there is a Sylvie character in the comic books that is a Lady Loki version. So I guess that's what they're using. But I mean, when you've got 3 to choose from and you pick that one, I'm like, meh. So, I don't think that she's super dynamic. Like, she's not a bad actress, but she's not doing anything to pull me in to make me, feel for her. Even with the origin of using the little girl from Walking Dead to play her in Asgard, and then she's going to all these apocalyptic events for the last 20, 25 years. I still didn't feel for her. Like, I don't have some empathy for her. If she dies, she dies. If not, like, I'm really just here for the Loki. My Tom Hiddleston Loki. I want to see why he gets a Vote Loki patch. I want to see why there's an alligator wearing horns. And I want to see Kang show up and, take us to Doctor Strange. But that's what I think about her.
Okay, Ivan Drago. If she dies,
She dies.
Yeah, I mean, I guess for me, it's kind of whatever. I'm not as huge of a comic reader like you guys are. I never claim to be like a expert on all the, backstory of all the characters and whatnot. I usually find out who these characters are as the movies come out. Like Guardians of the Galaxy before 2014, I didn't know who they were, but when it comes to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, like I study that stuff, man. Like I watch, countless hours of YouTube almost daily about theories and things like that. There's a news show that I really enjoy, movie news, but yeah, I'm not like, I don't really know much of her backstory, but I kind of agree with you on that. Like, I don't really feel that, like, for instance, when Mobius and Loki both were pruned, I was like, oh no, that's terrible, but when, if she were to be pruned, but I guess she hasn't, I would just kind of be like, whatever about it, so when it's she hasn't really done anything yet to make us as an audience care about her. You know, it's kind of odd that they chose to make Loki fall in love with a variant of himself. But
That's the narcissism of it.
Yeah, exactly.
and I guess that makes sense. But you know, that's kind of where I'm at with that Sylvie character. You know, she's a good enough actress, but it's not a character that's just made me get super excited to go out and buy a Sylvie t-shirt or anything like that.
Oh.
Merchandising.
They should have just made it Enchantress. Be done with it. Make it Enchantress and say it's an Enchantress variant. Boom, problem solved. New character in the MCU. Come on.
I
don't think she fits the Enchantress look either.
No.
I think in Enchantress you think like the bombshell, you know, sexual whatever you want to call her, but I mean this girl kind of looks like the girl next door.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I do know the Enchantress from that old school animated Marvel show. I think it was Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
Oh, so good.
I love that. Yeah.
The entire show. That's such a great show.
That's the Executioner. That's how you do Executioner too.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't give him two little guns and he saves the day at the end of Ragnarok. Hashtag not my Executioner. No.
Oh, we started a movement.
So, you know what? This is one thing that you guys aren't going to like me very much for, but you know what? I didn't have a problem with Carl Urban's portrayal of the Executioner. It was different. And, you know, like that's where me and some of the Marvel purists kind of disagree. Like with the the Mandarin, for instance, when they brought the Mandarin into Iron Man 3, I personally didn't have a problem, but mainly because I wasn't attached to that character, you know, so deeply like, you know, the pure Marvel fans were, you know, because he is the Joker to Iron Man's Batman, right? But we're, you know, it's going to be made right now by Marvel. They're going to bring in the real Mandarin. So
after Iron Man's dead.
He wins by default.
And one thing that they kind of done a lot and it gets stale is the mirror villains. You know, even me and Andy, we talked about this back in 2012, but they always have, you know, like Iron Man gets the Ironmonger, you know, Black Panther, even though I can't talk crap about Killmonger, he was great because he had a story behind him. You know, it wasn't just like a mirror copy of the hero. But you get the point. That's kind of what they do with their movies a lot of times. And it gets stale. You know, it'd be cool to see like a Iron Man in Iron Man 3 deal with somebody who uses magic and how does he combat that, you know, like, but I don't mind those things that stray from the source material a bit as much as the purist.
I mean, I like Scourge's character in Ragnarok, but that's not how Scourge is though. I mean, not at all. He's not like sarcastic and like no, he's just it's Scourge, man. Like, you know, he'd go up against anybody like on the Avengers, try to at least. But
yeah, I think it goes along with the Ragnarok. Like Taika's whole view of things is just like bright colored and sarcastic and humor, and so it goes with Taika's version, but it doesn't go with the version that's been around since like 1964, 1965. So it is what it is, though. I don't think Marvel is really hankering to go back and be like, gosh, we just got him wrong. Let's fix him.
Unless they're the action figure, then they will 100 times.
Yes. Yes, that's so true. As obvious by Rick's collection behind it.
Try not to be too much of a comic book movie snob, you know, like I try not to, you know, oh, that's not how that character would have been. But sometimes I do find, I mean, we all do it, right? Like I know this is not this is probably sacrilegious to even say this, but Lex Luthor, his portrayal in the newer DC movies was just, oh, that's not Lex Luthor at all.
It's okay, you know? Jared.
He's panicking right now. Pull his hair up.
No, continue, please.
But yeah, I mean, you know.
You want to talk about Star Wars too? That'll really set him off.
I'm in.
I don't know anything about that. I know everybody's fighting about a slave ship today.
Right. Jared, what is the name of the weapon that a Jedi uses?
A lightsaber.
See, you
Oh, he doesn't live under a rock.
No, all right. Sorry, Jonathan. Back to what you were saying again for the third time.
I mean, I pretty much made the point. I mean, I try not to be a snob too much, but sometimes it's hard not to be. And I get it. Like, that's the thing. Like, I don't really, like, for instance, the Executioner, I wasn't that familiar with the character. So for me, Carl Urban holding two guns was funny. Like, that character was funny. And, the casual audience, as much as we hate to say, sees it that way too. But with Jesse Eisenberg playing Lex Luthor, that, to me, he just didn't fill those shoes at all. That wasn't how Lex Luthor should be portrayed in a movie for me. But we can all, the point that I'm trying to get at is we can all do that sometimes. It's easy, especially a character that you feel really attached to, or maybe somebody that you've read or grew up with, and then they put the character on screen. I can understand. I totally get why, somebody would be upset about the Mandarin being an actor, Travis Slattery.
Yes, he's supposed to be from the 1994 Iron Man series. He's supposed to have green skin, a black mullet, and big yellow shoulder pads. That's my Mandarin.
Fancy jewelry.
Yeah.
By the way, I just realized I referred to the Executioner as Scourge when I was giving my point, so I apologize for that. But anyway.
No, he is Scourge the Executioner.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm glad that wasn't a trivia question.
Don't you apologize for being you, Darrin. You're great. All right, so before we wrap this up, I kind of took it away from Darrin. I'm sorry.
No, you didn't take anything away. You're good.
This is Darrin's segment, and I'm just going to take it. Where we got a couple minutes left. Where does Loki go? Where does this the episodes 5 and 6? Where are we ending?
Kang.
I think. Okay.
That's all I got.
I think we'll
and
see an
Frog.
interrogation scene in the next episode involving Ravonna and Sylvie, obviously. That's going to happen. That'll be part of the dialogue. I think we might even see what happens to Mobius to a degree, and then we're going to see, obviously, all the various Lokis in there and how that all ties in. So, episode 6, like, even though they're robots that got their heads, or the robot got its head slit off, and we realize the timekeepers are robots and androids or whatever, like, the look of them was very reminiscent of Kang, and that's why, let's be honest, all of us have thought that, like, okay, Kang is involved somehow. So that's why I still think he might be, and he's already tied to the overall cinematic universe. He's been cast, and we know from WandaVision that they're going to tie in elements of the Disney Plus series with the movies, because that's the she's already learning about the multiverse and whatnot, and that, hey, she's in Doctor Strange too, Multiverse of Madness. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it still involves Kang some.
Jonathon, what you thinking, man?
Yeah, I just hope that we get some sort of conclusion to or some sort of payoff to the multiverse thing, like we were talking about. It would be the coolest ending ever if just one character popped up, one random character, like maybe a Deadpool, or how the did I get here, right? That would be so cool, and then that kind of leads us into more of these movies, like, like we talked about earlier, not Into the Spider-Verse, but the Spider-Man, what is it called again? Homecoming, Far From Home, and then I forget what it's called. What is it called? The new Spider-Man movie?
We all forget.
Something about home, but anyway, yeah, it would be
In
nice
this
to get
house.
some sort of, yeah, in the house. Very 90s of you, Jared. But yeah, I mean, some sort of payoff to the multiverse thing that happened a few episodes back would be nice. And yeah, maybe get to play around in that sandbox of the Loki variants and see what they do when they team up. So yeah, I guess that's all that I want out of that. But I don't really, I mean, yeah, maybe some sort of like he was talking about with the timekeepers, like maybe we might, fingers crossed, that'd be so cool to see Jonathan Majors playing Kang the Conqueror, right? But yeah, a big cameo like that, like a Luke Skywalker-esque type cameo to seal the show with a kiss would be great.
Love it. Yeah. Yeah. I do think we're going to see, more so than Mephisto, I think we're going to see Kang, even if it's just like the last episode after credit scene. Like maybe it isn't Kang that's behind all this, that like maybe it's somebody else that's behind the timekeepers, but behind that person is Kang, whether it's like another variant of Loki that is really doing all this and he's the one that's capturing all his Lokis or whatever it might be. But I think we're going to get some Kang action up in here. That's what I'm thinking.
That's a good theory too, the way that Kang might be behind the people actually behind the timekeepers, because we saw that with Thanos in so many of the Marvel movies that, like, I mean, in the first Avengers, it was Loki as the main villain and Thanos was behind him, and then Guardians of the Galaxy, Ronan, and so on. So I think that's definitely a plausible theory.
Awesome.
Where do you think the Eternals falls into all this?
Who cares?
We don't have time for all that. No.
It was
That
getting
movie, bro, I'll tell you what, it's the Eternals. I get it. Let's all be honest with ourselves. It's the Eternals. But that movie looks, that's a good cast. It's something different, the same way that Guardians of the Galaxy kind of came
Angelina
out.
Jolie.
And
super fan. Yeah.
The cool thing for me is I literally know nothing about the Eternals, really. So going into this, I'm excited to see what happens, and I'm going to keep an open mind. And generally, when those scenarios come together, it tends to be one of my favorite movies. Again, case in point, Guardians of the Galaxy. So yeah.
Yep.
All right, that's a great place to transition to trivia. Welcome to the trivia with the M6P. So, in case you don't know, each show we do a little bit of trivia at the end, and whoever gets the most points, they win. And it's really cool because they have bragging rights with all their friends, and the ladies in their lives just think that they're really, really awesome. So, right, Rick?
Oh yeah.
I see you're behind you holding the sign.
Yeah.
We've got these handy dandy Marvel trivia cards, which does Marvel comic book trivia from 1961 up to 2002. So this is not going to be your Rocket Raccoon Guardians of the Galaxy type stuff. This is going to be some weird offshoot X-Men title from 1994 and Celestials from the 70s. So good luck. But there are 5 questions on each card, and they go in rank from easy to hardest. If you select question 1, you get 1 point if that's correct. If you select question 5, you get 5 points. The first person to 15 points wins the game. Everybody understand? Good to go? All right. We go in alphabetical order here. So Darrin, you get to select first.
It's fun having a letter D for the first, here. Your name. Let's go 2.
2. What was Puck's first Canadian super team?
Did you say Puck?
Puck.
Alpha Flight.
Beta Flight. He was first a member of Beta Flight and then joined Alpha Flight.
Damn.
That would have been my best guess too.
I would have guessed the same. All right, Jonathon Majors. What you got, man?
I guess we'll do 1.
Do 1. All right. What does the X-Man known as Gambit like to throw?
Oh God, cards.
Cards. Oh, playing cards.
Wrong. No, I'm just joking.
You might have meant greeting cards. So
Doesn't count.
no, it counts. Also,
he's an agent of Hallmark.
You got to keep track of your own score. Okay.
Okay. So wait,
All right.
One more time. That's just each question is 1 point, or how does this work again?
If you select question 1 on the card, it's 1 point. 2.
So you have 0.5 because you missed half of it. No, I'm joking.
And it goes all the way up to 15.
Whoever gets 15 points. So if you get 3 level 5 questions correct, you get 15 points. Got it? All right. Rick.
I'm going to go with a 2.
2. Which magnetic supervillain does the man known only as Joseph resemble?
Magneto.
Magneto for 2 points. All right, Beta Flight, your turn.
Let's just get crazy and go 5.
5, all right. Okay, we're looking for okay. When was the Hellfire Club founded? Here. This is cool though. We're looking for a century.
17th.
1600s.
I was off by 1. That's okay.
That's okay. That's all right. Jonathan.
Let's do a 4.
4. All right. Who is Cable's mysterious alien helper? Circa 1995, 1996.
Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna throw something and see if it sticks. Mojo.
Blacksmith. Close.
Yep.
Everyone knows Blacksmith.
Just a dupe.
All right, Mr. O'Callahan.
Get gutsy and go with a 3.
3. Who is Sean Cassidy?
The actor? Black Tom Cassidy?
Ooh, Banshee. His cousin. His cousin.
Nobody likes that guy.
All right. Beta Flight. What you got?
Mick Vicker is going to start calling me Beta Flight all the time now. Thanks, Jared. Yeah, we'll go 3.
3. All right. Oh, okay. Which member of the Invaders is the Prince of Atlantis?
Can we steal?
Yeah, right. Hit the button.
I feel bad. I should know this.
Which member of the Invaders is the Prince of Atlantis?
Submariner, right?
Yes. Yes.
I had to think about it. I was thinking too hard. Like I instantly think, all right, cool.
You can usually tell by Darren's face, like he knows everyone else's questions. He knows everyone's questions, and then gets to him, and it's like, dang it, I don't know Beta Flight.
That was almost another She-Hulk moment.
Oh yeah, that was rough.
Well,
All right, so you got 3 points for that, Darren.
The pressure's
John.
on.
You
So,
what?
but at the same time, I don't want to embarrass myself again. So I think I'm going to do a 2.
2.
Yeah.
What is Mystique's real name?
Raven. Or
Raven.
wait, we have to use like her name.
Her
Raven,
name?
huh?
Yes.
Raven.
Raven. Yeah, it has a last name. Do you know her last name too? Does it matter, guys?
Yeah. This is hard. I feel like it does.
Yeah.
I don't. Oh, come on. Do you know what it is?
The jury has spoken.
Why?
Yeah.
Do I know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What do you think then? You think it's okay just with first? We're the competitors. I'll agree.
I don't care. You can give it to him.
Give it to him.
Yeah.
All right. Raven Darkholm.
Darkholm. Okay.
Good job. All right. Everybody make sure you're still keeping your own scores. Rick. There's a Silent Live sketch. Have you ever seen that one when her stepdad's name is Rick and she just runs around this park bench on a leash just saying Rick.
This is stuff of nightmares. I'll go with a 3.
3. All right. Who is Carl Crusher Creel?
The Absorbing Man.
The Absorbing Man. And his lady, Titania, is supposed to make an appearance in the She-Hulk Disney Plus show. I'm looking forward to that one. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. All right, Darren.
All right. Score recap. I have 3. Where are you guys at?
I'm at
5.
3 total.
All right, 3, 3, and 5. All right, let's go 3 again.
3. What is the black cat's real name?
Hold on. Felicia Harding?
Yeah, dude.
I know, but like as soon as a question hits me, if it's easy one, it makes it even harder.
What's my favorite color? Oh, I don't know.
Aqua.
All right. Aqua.
I'll do a let's do a 5.
5. All right. Who raised Wolfsbane?
I guess I can't get a hint on the question.
Sorry, bro.
I guess I'll do Victor Creed or Sabretooth.
Reverend Craig.
Reverend Craig. Never would have got that in a million years.
Yeah, and I would have probably guessed Moira McTaggart because she adopted her. But I guess Reverend Craig, he ran the orphanage that Moira adopted her from. So I'm with you, man. All right, Rick.
3 again.
Rick. I'm gonna have that sketch in my head now. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna send it to you.
Thank
And
you.
then when I see you in October for Chicago, I'm gonna reenact it at Chicago.
You gonna be here in October?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Wizard World's in Chicago in October.
Oh, okay.
And then Ace Con is gonna be in December. What number did you pick? 3?
3. Yeah, give me a 3.
All right. How does Tony Stark make his millions?
Weapons? Selling weapons? Arms dealer?
Yeah. Inventor, industrialist. Yeah, it's like a whole list of stuff.
Oh,
That's a 3.
you shall.
But this is also a 3 before the MCU movies came out too. So
Good point. Yeah.
Right. People are like, we don't even know his real name. His real name is probably a 4 question, you know?
yep.
All right, Darrin.
I'll go 4.
4.
I want that 4 question. No.
What is Iron Man's real name?
Tony Stark.
This is rigged.
Just kidding.
Camera.
What is the name of Quicksilver's daughter? What is the name of Quicksilver's daughter?
So I have no idea what it is, but I'm going to make it a educated or uneducated guess, whatever. Maybe he named it after his sister, Wanda.
Luna.
Oh, it sounds, I mean, similar, but I had no idea that was it. I had no idea.
Yep.
Give me a 2.
2.
Yeah.
How did Storm, my favorite, make a living as a child?
Oh dang. Make a living as a child?
I think I know this.
Did she grow? She grew up in Wakanda? I thought. No, she didn't grow up in Wakanda. I don't know, Jared.
Disappointed.
I'm just gonna go out on a limb here and say circus. I don't know.
Other X-Men.
Yeah,
She was a
Nightcrawler.
pickpocket. She was a pickpocket.
Thief.
And she did
Street
not
rat.
grow up in Wakanda.
No, she grew up in the less nicer parts of Africa.
She was in Cairo when that happened.
Okay, but
that's
she did grow up in Africa in the comics.
Yes, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, because I knew that her and Black Panther were a thing for a minute, but I didn't know like.
Oh man, dude. Long minute. Like years of my life. Oh. Okay. That's a whole nother story.
Somebody get this man a book.
That's a good one.
Oh, Darrin, we should title these episodes, and that would be the title of this one.
All right. Send that in the group chat, just whatever, spell it correctly. That's all I'm saying. You got to look for those keywords, guys.
All right, Rick.
I'm gonna know my rank and go with 3 again.
Great. How does Doctor Strange travel without his body leaving his home?
Oh. You know what? Not a big Doctor Strange guy.
Can I
The
get
Eye
one
of
point?
Agamotto? I don't know.
I get 1 point if I guess correctly.
Sorry. No, because Darren would have won every round if we did that. He uses astral plane.
Astral
yeah.
projection.
I would have missed
Yeah.
that. I would have missed that too, and then it would drive me nuts. That it's like something that's we all obviously know, and it just
Yeah. I was thinking it was gonna be like some device like
Yeah.
the brain of so and so or the armpit of Agamotto.
The armpit of Agamotto.
All right. So I'm at yeah, it's my turn, right? Yeah, I'm at 6.
Yes.
And we'll go 4.
4. What tribe does Moonstar come from? What tribe does Moonstar come from?
From the Silver Fox? Moonstar?
Moonstar.
80s cartoon. Dude.
No idea. The No Idea tribe. Sorry.
Cheyenne.
What was that?
Cheyenne Indian tribe.
No.
All
Give me
right,
two.
Jonathan. 2.
I know my knowledge level.
All right. Which enemy of the Fantastic Four lives deep underground?
It's not Doctor Doom because he lives in Latvia. I knew that. Deep underground. Wow. Looks like I'm gonna have to start going to ones.
No. Just think about it simply. That's a
Simply?
hint.
Deep underground. It's not Mephisto. I'm gonna say Mole Man.
Yeah!
I did not expect you to actually answer it. Wow, that's great.
That was the only guess I had for that one, but
Oh.
turns out I was right.
Good job. Awesome. So you got 2 points for that one, Jonathan. Rick,
The other 3.
how did Daredevil get his powers?
From a chemical explosion. Same way that Ninja Turtles did. Does that count?
Basically.
No, hold on. He's
Basically.
right, though. Kevin Eastman said that they were the turtles were in the same accident that Daredevil was in. Facts.
Yep.
Facts. Anyway,
You
sorry.
did?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
He's such a, and the reason that Stick from Daredevil, I'm sorry, Splinter is named Splinter's based on Stick from Daredevil as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
All right, sorry.
Well, good job, Rick.
I got excited. I love
Thank
Ninja
you.
Turtles.
That's cool. All right, Rick got 3 points. Darren,
3.
what villain is made of pure sound?
Galvatron? Or,
Who?
no, I said it wrong. I don't know. I have no idea.
Claw.
Oh,
Claw.
Ulysses Claw.
Yes.
really?
From Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes. I loved his character in that.
Yeah. That was good.
All right, Jonathan, 2. Where is Elektra from? Looking for a country.
Electra, like A.
Yes, the lady. Daredevil's lady friend.
Oh boy. Well, in the 2002 movie, well, the 2002, she was played by Jennifer Lawrence.
No.
Not Jennifer Lawrence. I'm
Jennifer
sorry,
Garner.
Bomb.
Jennifer Garner. That's what I meant. And she was totally from, in the comic books, Spain.
Greece. Greece. Electra Nachos,
Yeah, not this.
which should be Spanish. You're right. All right, Rick.
I'm gonna go with a 4.
Okay, here we go. What weapon does Mockingbird use?
Her voice. sonic impulse from her voice, right?
That's Songbird. Mockingbird is Hawkeye's ex-wife.
Oh, damn it.
And there's an edit.
No, sorry.
I can add a bleep. No, I can add my first bleep.
Language.
I'll bleep this.
This episode's gonna be great.
She uses a battle stave. Duh.
Everybody knows that.
I also would have accepted 2 sticks.
Yeah, so I'm still at 6. Where are you guys at?
11.
6.
Wait, am I
I'm coming for you, Rick. All right, 4.
I think I'm at
4.
5.
Okay. What is Mysterio's real name?
Quentin Beck.
Quentin Beck.
4?
Wow.
10. I finally got one of the good questions.
Give me a 4.
4?
Give me a
All right,
4.
you're going for it, man.
I'm feeling it.
Who gave Steve Rogers the opportunity to be in Operation Rebirth?
I'm going to say Maria Hill.
General Phillips. Anybody know General Phillips? No.
Never heard of him.
Rick.
I'm going to go back down to my 3.
Okay. What year was Steve Rogers born?
So many
Born?
times.
Specific year, not a century, not a decade. I need the year.
The year, the date, the weight, what?
I think this question was actually asked at the first show when Rick was on, if I remember correctly. I might be wrong. I have to go back, but it's definitely been asked before.
Yeah, 1945. I have no clue.
Oh, 1922.
So for some reason, why 45 stuck in my head.
I was gonna guess 30s, but that makes sense.
Yeah.
He was fighting in the war. All right, Mr. Michael.
4.
How did Sunfire get his powers? How did Sunfire get his powers?
I don't know.
After the effects of the Hiroshima bombing.
Okay.
Jonathan.
I'm gonna take a risk again. Give me a 4.
Okay. What was Bucky's real name?
James Buchanan Barnes.
Yes. Now
So
think about it.
I think I'm at 9 now. I think I had 5, and I think
Yeah, you're at 9. Yeah,
Yes.
it's 10, 9, 11.
Yeah, who would have known that in 2002? Bucky's real name. Nobody.
Right.
Oh, close game.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Rick.
Give me the 4.
Oh, he's going for the win.
Yeah, and he went last.
Yeah.
He started off last.
Yeah,
so he
he
would
gets
win.
us. He wins.
What is the name of the Inhuman city? Was featured in that great show on ABC.
Yeah, I tried to beat that out of my head. So I don't remember that.
You and everybody else, bud.
Yeah. I think
Was
that
it like Attillion?
Yes,
Italian?
Adeline, yeah.
Boom!
Wow.
Yes.
Congratulations, Rick.
Thank you.
That was a tight game. That was great.
And woo! I'm shaking.
The closest are always the best. So, Rick, in case you didn't see our last episode, what we're going to do is we're going to take everybody that has won on each show, and we'll put their name in a hat, and at the end of this year, they'll win an M6P prize pack. So your name
nice.
is entered.
Twice?
Yeah, did you win the first time too?
Yeah, didn't I or no?
I don't know. I'm gonna go through all the shows. I'm gonna go through all the
Act
shows.
like
and
you
pull the
don't
names.
know. You know you wear that like a badge of honor.
Come on, we're working
I
on beans
would.
here. We can't
I
go
would be
back and
going to
track
work
that
tomorrow
stuff.
I would be going to work tomorrow at the refinery saying, I just wanted to trip you on 616.
And then everybody would be like,
Yep.
Well, thanks so much, guys. I had a great time. Hope you did too.
Yeah.
Again, check us out. If you're watching this, you're probably on our YouTube page. So go ahead and click that subscribe button. Check us out at themarvelousbox.com. Check out 5 O'Clock Collectibles on YouTube. If you like the shirts that Darrin and I were wearing tonight, you can get them on TeePublic and do a search for the M6P. Daredevil is wearing the costumes of Quicksilver, and I'm wearing the animated series X-Men. Check us out on Facebook and all the social medias. We're there under the M6P. Till next time, make yours the M6P.